Your sales are stuck, and it's not because of your product, your price, or your competition. It's because everything you think you know about your customers is wrong. You've been told to talk to your buyers and survey them to figure out why they bought from you. But by relying on these outdated, old school strategies, you're not just missing out on sales, you're sabotaging your own success. In this video, I'm going to show you why these trusted methods point you in the wrong direction, why they're the reason your scaling is failing, and how to know exactly what your customers want, so you can finally get the sales you deserve without spending a penny on survey software or wasting time and energy getting misleading customer feedback. Me and my team have been selling online since 2007, and in that time, we've generated hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. We scaled a 6-figure business to 7 figures while cutting their marketing costs by 40%. We helped another organization increase their profits 1,400% without spending an extra dime on ads. And we've helped dozens of businesses scale to 7 and 8 figures. And every single time, we do it by growing a buyer audience. You might think that any audience can be turned into a buyer audience, but that just isn't true. See, not all audiences are created equal. And despite what some experts may want you to believe, growing an audience doesn't automatically mean that sales will follow. So if you're still struggling to scale your business past the 7 or 8 figure mark, it's probably because you're missing crucial elements that make an audience hungry for your solution. See, it's not just about growing any audience. It's about creating the right audience, a buyer audience that connects deeply with your message. You've been told to rely on methods like customer feedback and surveys to figure out what your audience wants. But these techniques are fundamentally flawed because customers don't actually know why they buy. Which is why relying on these outdated approaches can be a huge waste of time, effort, and money. Billion-dollar companies like Nike and Apple succeed because they don't just ask their customers what they want. They create advertising campaigns that tap into deep psychological triggers that force their customers to feel a certain way about their product. But for regular-sized companies that don't have billions of dollars to spend, we have to act differently to get the same kinds of results. But first, let's look at one of the classic mistakes that 7-figure businesses make. One of our growth partners, Jeff, had an audience of tens of thousands of people. But no matter what he did, his business stayed stuck in the low 7 figures. He thought he knew his customers well, but when we tested his assumptions, the results were shocking. Everything Jeff thought was a priority to his buyers was completely wrong. All the hooks, pain points, and benefits we tested at his suggestion failed miserably, which shows the danger of trusting what customers say they want, instead of what truly drives their decisions. So, if traditional methods like surveys just don't work, what does? Well, we scale the businesses we work with by generating sales-driving psychographic data, which is a fancy way of saying each of the early campaigns we create for an organization we work with has a single, clear objective and tests one variable at a time to uncover the real motivations why people buy a particular product from a specific company. By singling out their most intense pain points, desires, and objections, we gather incredibly accurate data that helps us create a true buyer audience. This method has helped us scale businesses to 7 and 8 figures without wasting time on misleading customer feedback. See, when you stop relying on outdated methods and start using a more scientific approach to your marketing, you begin to gain a true understanding of what your customers truly want. You now have an overview of why your sales are stuck and what you need to change to create a true buyer audience that actually wants what you've got and is willing to give you their hard-earned money. Make sure to subscribe to my channel every week to get more proven strategies to help you grow your business and increase sales.